You've probably seen it, right? This huge promise that's been sweeping the internet, getting viral success, building massive audiences, all with AI. And the best part? You can stay completely anonymous. They're calling it invisible traffic. Today, we're going to dig into the source material behind this claim and really see what's being offered.
And this is the headline that got everyone talking. Over 600,000 views from a 10-minute hack. No camera, no fancy equipment, no real tech skills needed. I mean, it sounds almost too good to be true, right? So using only the materials from the people who made it, let's unpack this promise.
So that's the big question we're tackling today. Is this a real, repeatable system for making viral income, or is it just a really, really good sales pitch? Our goal here is simple. We're just going to break down what they're offering, how they say it works, and, the way it's actually being sold.
All right, first up, let's look at the big idea here. They call it the invisible income promise.
So the whole thing is built on this one core idea, that easy-to-use AI has completely changed the game. The pitch is that these new tools make it possible for literally anyone to create content that pulls in huge audiences, all while the creator gets to stay completely behind the scenes.
Okay, so how does this actually work? Well, the first strategy they lay out is what they call the Faceless YouTube Hack.
Now, what's interesting here is that they claim this isn't about tricking or gaming the system. No, they argue this whole method works because it lines up perfectly with the secret change in the YouTube algorithm. It's about feeding the platform a new kind of content that it's already, supposedly, rewarding like crazy.
And they boil it down to this super simple 4-step process. Step 1, use AI tools to whip up a video. 2, set up a YouTube channel where you never show your face. 3, upload the video. And 4, watch the viral views and subscribers roll in. The whole appeal is that it seems so simple and so fast.
And this number? This is the big one. This is the result that makes the whole promise feel real. Over 628,000 views, plus more than 5,300 subscribers. They're claiming this is from a single channel built from scratch using this exact system. It's the proof they offer that this stuff actually works. Okay, but it doesn't stop with YouTube. The next piece of this puzzle is a strategy they call ranking inside the AI. And, they're really positioning this as the next big thing, the next frontier for getting traffic. So the idea here is pretty wild. Forget Google SEO. They're talking about something called AI ranking. The goal is to literally get your links and your offers embedded inside the answers that AI chatbots give people. The AI itself becomes your source of traffic. And we're not just talking about ChatGPT here. The system they're selling, this free traffic Tsunami, claims to target the whole ecosystem of major AI models. From OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Gemini all the way to Grok from X and Llama from Meta. The idea is to get baked into the entire AI matrix, as they put it. And to back this up, they give a pretty specific case study. They talk about a user who apparently used their software and got her content to show up in ChatGPT's answers. And the kicker? It only took 48 hours. That's the story they use to show just how fast and powerful this can be.
All right, so you've got the views, right? Whether from YouTube or from inside an AI. Now what? Because the source material is super clear. Views are just step 1. The real strategy is about turning those clicks into actual cash.
And the way they do that, well, it's a pretty classic funnel. Getting viral views is just the top of it. The real goal is to turn all that traffic into an email list, because that's the real asset you actually own and control. And that list becomes the engine you use to promote offers and generate sales around the clock. And this quote from their own material really just nails it. The real leverage, as they say, isn't just in a viral video that's hot today and gone tomorrow. No, it's in the entire chain, turning views into subscribers, subscribers into clicks, and ultimately, those clicks into cash. Okay, so that's the what, the system they're selling. But the how they're actually pitching this is just as fascinating. So let's shift gears and take a quick look at the anatomy of the sales pitch itself using just their own words. Right off the bat, they use a really powerful story. It's this whole narrative about how one partner, Dave, discovered the other, Shane, and his system. By framing that initial price at almost $1,000, which Dave says he paid right away, it sets a really high value in your mind before they reveal the much, much lower price to you.
And if you look closer, you'll see all the classic persuasion techniques are in there. You've got authority with credentials like 900,000 plus students. You've got social proof with all the Deal of the Day awards. There's scarcity with lines like the window won't stay open for long. And it's all wrapped up in that great personal discovery story.
And this is where it gets really interesting. This is where you see the two sides of the coin. On one hand, you have that massive headline promise, 628,000 views. But then you scroll down and you read the fine print, the disclaimer, and it says, and I'm quoting them directly, that these are exceptional results and don't apply to the average purchaser. Both of those statements are from the very same source material.
So what's the big picture here? Well, the way they frame this whole thing is as a brand new digital gold rush, one that's been sparked and is being fueled entirely by this explosion in artificial intelligence.
And this timeline really helps put it all into perspective. It all starts with the public release of ChatGPT. That's what they call the traffic shift. Right now, today, billions of searches are moving away from places like Google and into AI. And the future? Well, they claim there's this massive early mover advantage for anyone who can get themselves baked into these new AI systems right now.
Which, leaves us to a final thought. The material presents a really compelling case for a new digital frontier, for sure. But as we've seen, it's also a really well-built product in its own right. And it makes you wonder about that age-old question, right? In any gold rush, who ultimately profits more? The folks out there digging for gold or the ones selling them the shovels?